Welcome back. What's going on, NORCAL Gridiron? All right. We had some pretty solid matchups this week. And I'm going to tell you, this was a tough one for me. It was a tough one. That's all I got to say about that. Jump right in. We got a Week 2 breakdown. Week 2 breakdown. Here we go. The 1-0 Blue Horseshoes versus the 1-0 Chris Gross's squad. They faced off. Some solid guys this weekend playing. Tough week for Touchdown Tommy. He was led by Andrew Luck with 27 points. And his bench players outscored his starters. Don't you hate when that happens? Gross looks strong this week, led by Julio Jones for 38 points and 182 yards receiving. Gross really needed a push because Anquan Bolden and Vernon Davis and Larry Fitzgerald only combined for 12 points. That's 12 points for 3 players. Not great. Next up, we have the 0-1 Dollar Balla Bills and Sunnyvale's Finest. They were at war this weekend. Sunnyvale's Finest jumped out to an early lead with the help of the Bears' defense. Dollar Bill fought back, but Cam Newton put up some pretty pedestrian numbers. Add that to Miles Austin, and Jared Cook combining for only 8 points. It was an uphill battle. Sunnyvale's Finest had a solid performance by Peyton Manning and Jamal Charles to take the win. Yeah, I think Jared Cook and Miles Austin just took the week off. Yeah, weren't giving you a lot of help there, Dollar. Our next matchup for the week, we have, let me get this right, West Coast Superstars. And they were 0-1 going into the week versus the 1-0. They were going into the week, and Hockey 33, which was also 1-0. Yeah, so hopefully I got that right. It's Superstars, right? I know I messed up last week. I got a little bit of some feedback on my text messages, so I'm trying to do it right this time. All right, TL? Get off my case. Thanks. All right. This was a pretty even matchup, all the way up until Russell Wilson connected with Marshawn Lynch for 35 yards to crack this one wide open. Hockey 33 had a solid performance by Marshawn Lynch and RG3, but the West Coast Superstars could have used a little more help from Frank Gore and Sidney Rice and Phil Dawson. Better luck next week, kinda, but you're playing me, so not really going to wish you luck. Maybe the universe will. Next up, we have the 0-1 Danger Squad versus the 0-1 the Raiders. The Raiders started out with an early lead with some help from Megatron and Mike Wallace, who combined for a whopping 60 points on the day. Danger proves that wearing your heart on your sleeve will eventually pay off. Danger, led by Deshaun Jackson and Jimmy Graham, won the contest convincingly. Thomas, I know you were in a catch-22 on Sunday when you wanted to win, but you were going up against 6 of your own Raider players. I bet you kind of jinxed yourself in the end there. I know I would have. And the final game I'll do this week, the closest game I'll do this week, the game with the largest amount of bullshit going on this week, Des Wonder Squad faced up against, and that was a 0-1 Des Wonder Squad, faced up against the 0-1 Daddy-O Squad. This one was tight. I mean, real tight. Abel Parsad had Aaron Rodgers putting up a whopping 52 points on Sunday, and the victory against the Washington Deadskins, in his victory against the Washington Deadskins, I wasn't worried because I had a solid performance by Dez Bryant, and Randall Cobb and Alfred Morris finally showed up. But my quarterback this week, Russell Wilson, although stomping on the Niners 29-3, put up 14 bleeping points. But that's not all. That's not the only part that destroyed me this week. In the waning seconds of the game, the Seahawks could have kicked a field goal, put me over by 3 points. Instead, decided to run the ball and run out the rest of the clock. I understand sportsmanship, but this is fucking football. You step on a motherfucker's neck, crush their spirits, shut them down. You put points on the board. Come on. And I know you were sweating a little bit. I'll get you next time around. Next week, we have the 0-2 Des Wonder squad facing up against the 1-1 West Coast Superstars. We have the 1-1 Daddy-O squad, Abel, that will play against the 2-0 Chris Gross's squad. 2-0 Hockey versus Danger. 1-1 Blue Horseshoes will face off against Dollar Balla Bill. And the 0-2 The Raiders will face off against Sunnyvale's Finest. We had a few awards handed out this week also by NFL.com. They rewarded Danger with the Black Flag Award for outscoring his projected points by 42 points. Good job, Maurice. NFL.com also awarded Daddy-O the Most Satisfying Player trophy, which went to Aaron Rodgers for putting up 52 points. Good job, 8-Ball. All right, guys, let's have a great week and keep our eyes out for some possible trades. My Cowboys are going to need some help this week. Go NORCAL Gridiron. Woo!
Cheerleaders in the whole USA. We are the Cowboys. Super coach, super team. Lean hard.